Hey guys, this is the recap of the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Thailand episode 3. Don't rock the boat. So, where we last left off, honey, Leah announced to the girlies that Alexia gay husband story is boring. But of course, Giselle was not having that. She felt like it was unfair because she hasn't heard the story yet. So she wanted Alexia to tell her story. And this is all going down at the Ladyboy dinner event hosted by Candace. So the girls, they gave Leah attention, but she shies away from it, but makes these side comments like, oh, she's on one track. She only says the same story over and over again on a loop. But I feel like Leah, she's new to Housewives, but I'm just not feeling her too much. She's not giving much but her PMSing this whole trip so far. So I want her to shine, but I don't know why Leah was invited to this party, to this trip. Okay, so Candace, she deflects and she changes the topic about being Giselle in Miami with a man. Even though she called Giselle, she need a man. So if you know Giselle's out here with a man, why you gave her the name She Need a Man? I think her name should have been something related about her with a man in Miami, if you wanted to get into the tea. But this is Candace's way of, putting the light on Giselle so she can share. So I don't know, why Candace gives this person so much life, even though, Giselle disrespected Candace so much. Not only to herself, not only to her, but to her relationship with her mother and also her relationship with her man. So even though Candace went to the bathroom with Leah, Giselle was ready to make fun of how boring this event is. So it just goes to show you that these two, they're so fake. They're not really friends. They're just being cordial. So these girls, they do not like each other, and I just feel like they're just collabing for a check. And even though I like to see it, I just hate that they play in our face as if they are friends, and we're just waiting for when it's about to go down. So Candace, she went off to meet with the Lady Boys for a surprise concert in Thailand for the ladies. These dancers, oh my God, they are professional. One slip up on the stage and she gets right back up into her performance. Now, when she came out in her stage outfit, the girls were ready to roast her in these confessionals, and I definitely cannot unsee her looking like a loofah. These girls read her correctly, read her down boots, okay? Because the glam was giving loofah realness, okay? So this was a miss for Candace, and usually Candace, she gives us some fashion. She's a little bit of a fashion girly. But in this confessional with Giselle and Portia, I feel like Giselle, she looked so good in that confessional. I felt like that dress was her color, that hairstyle was for her. It was just perfect. So I love the Lady Boy dinner. I felt like, they gave us a moment. I love the dancers. I love the name, giving each other the girls' names. But, the girls, they found it boring. And I love Heather confessionals. She is so fun. Even though I don't watch Salt Lake City, or if any of you guys are not really into Salt Lake City, I feel like we can all agree that Heather, she's a thug in these confessionals, straight, dragging these girlies with a straight face. And I'm like, okay, I like Heather in this moment we're having, okay? So in the bus ride home, Giselle is just going on and on and on about Candace not usually being the one who's mean first, but is in actuality is a responder. So guys, we are watching this ticking time bomb of Candace versus Giselle about to drop. And I'm like, when are we going to get into this? Because at some point, one girl is going to say something out of line and it's going to just get into a read match, okay? So the running theme for the girls' trip in Thailand is watching these ladies go up the hill to their villa, okay? And I'm here for it. I live for it. I love when they come back from their adventure and they have to come back and climb up a big hill, like in heels sometimes. So that's hilarious to watch. I love that as a running thing. So it's day 3 and it's Alexia's day. So she is organizing a yacht party to bring Miami to Phuket, okay? So Marisol is not feeling well and the doctor thinks that she may have an ulcer. It could be from her heavily drinking. But you still see Marisol keep treating herself to alcohol. I'm like, girl, you need to slow it down, especially if you're not eating much and you're not getting any real solids in you. I don't think drinking is to help at all. But I did enjoy the funny moment where Heather is getting yacht ready and she's putting self-tanner on her butt, thinking that she's gonna give Portia a run for her money with her butt cheeks. And I think she does. I agree. Because when she gets on the bus, you kind of see her butt a little bit. I'm like, oh, Heather. She got that wagon just like Portia, okay? So I of course, I did not watch her franchise, but I do like her. And I like her and her little cousin. I don't mind them. They were like, I can see them as stars. I love them. So I love how Heather has a whole monologue at breakfast because all the girls are getting ready for the yacht party. And, some people have their breakfast here. Some people have their breakfast there. And no one told Heather that they're not meeting at the table for breakfast. And she's having a whole monologue moment, enjoying that she was invited for everyone to come to have breakfast together. The girl unity for sure. So all the girls are getting ready to go to the yacht. Okay, and on the bus, all the girls are ready and they're ready to go to the yacht. So on one of the bus rides, the girls, Portia, Alexia, Marisol, and Giselle, they are talking about how Leah does these things for attention, but she gets shy and then acts like a victim. And I feel like Leah, she's picking at things and it's bringing down the mood. And I just agreed with Portia where she said as a suggestion that she should just disengage and go home if you're not really feeling the situation. Because who wants to go on a trip with a Debbie Downer? Not I, not me, not she, okay? So on the other bus, Leah says that she's ready to turn up. And I'm like, okay, we'll see. Thursday can be a charm, so we'll see. So the yacht is giving a yacht. It's not a boat. It's not a little dinghy. It's an actual yacht. So I give props to Pepsi for organizing this, helping Alexia out with her yacht party. So, of course, Alexia, our star, is proud that it's her day. And she wants all these girls to listen to her speak, okay? So Candy's big old hat has to go to the back. So Pepsi is letting the girls know that he's leaving. And Portia brings up if Leah wants to leave with him. And Leah is like looking at Portia a little confused, like what she's talking about. So the girls, they settle into the yacht. And Giselle asks Leah if she's good, okay? And here we go, y'all. Here we go. So Leah feels like the girls are using what she said in the first day about her having hesitation in coming on to this girls trip because how her franchise season went. And then Portia, she jumps in about the joke, saying that her going home with Pepsi because Leah gives I want to go home energy, so go home. Because if that's how you feel, then do what you feel. So Leah's response is to be confused, of course. And Giselle, she clarifies more by saying that Leah, she said she was bored. Why not the girls drink to entertain her? And, Giselle and the girls are not anybody's drunk monkeys. Of course not. So this actually made Leah drag Marisol into this whole drama. And I'm looking at Marisol. And I said, oh, no, not Marisol. And she said Marisol sent her a text message teasing for Leah to drink. And the look on Marisol's face is like, why am I in it? I'm going through an ulcer. So, of course, Alexia, she steps up for her bestie and says, it's a joke. And all the girls are just at it over a joke, okay? So Marisol says that, Leah's making up things and it's just a joke. Don't take life so seriously. You know our girl Marisol, she's here for a vibe. She's not here for drama. So Leah feels hated. Like, all the girls hate her and she walks away. But Candace is like, stay here because she doesn't want her to be bullied out of this table. Not to use the word bully. So ultimately, Leah, she leaves and the girls gave pretty much Leah her period to come right on time in this moment. Because she came right back asking for a tampon. And Marisol was like, I don't need to know this information. That is too much information. We're here at a yacht party. Let's enjoy the vibes. So the girls are unbothered. And even Leah's unbothered because she's over in the hot tub taking photos. And I'm like, are you sure you should be doing that right now? Like, seriously. I don't know to take Leah seriously. I'm a little bit annoyed with her. She's a bit annoying. So Candace, she opens up how it's been hard for her on this trip and how she feels alone. And yesterday was actually the first day on the trip that she's been fine. But of course, Portia, she brings up how shady she was in her event at the Lady Boy dinner. And that's how Candace gets comfortable. So now we get a whole situation where it's Portia versus Candace. And this is a roller coaster. Because first of all, they're comforting each other. Then they're going at each other. And then they're comforting each other again. It's just like these yachts do not work out for these housewives. But at least in this one, there is no drinks being thrown. So it's not as rocky. So there is a big revelation alert, and it's from Heather helping and enabling her friends who have addiction. And I'm like, Heather, that's why Jen Shaw likes to be friends with her. At least with Heather, she's aware. Like, Heather is trying to say that pretty much she doesn't take it too seriously if her friends say they're not allowed to drink, but if they do want to drink, she doesn't mind helping them drink. So I was like, whoop. At least we know. At least we know with Heather, if you're going through addiction, she's not your go-to girl. Okay? So it's lunchtime, and it was giving cute. Alexia says it's just appetizers. And, Alexia has this moment where she teaches the girls Spanish. And I thought this was so fun. I'm like, Giselle, this is your moment to learn. I thought the class was a great session for the girls to kind of have fun. My favorite slang is no quiero tiki tiki ni taka taka, which is I don't like the gossip, okay? So no quiero tiki tiki ni taka taka. Best believe I'm going to be using that in my real life, okay? But it's going to be te quiero tiki tiki y taka taka, okay? So Giselle, she switched the topic and she focused on the crazy cousins and how they made a pact with each other about no more drama. And Giselle is not here for that. There must be drama when it comes to Giselle and these girls. But they learned quite quickly that, they agreed to, they made a pact, but they agreed to different things. So Whitney, she agreed to it being a 50-50 ownership of the wrongs that they done. But Heather felt like they agreed to have fun and move forward. And I rather agreed to having fun and moving forward than just, people just feeling bad, 50-50 ownership. No one's going to agree 50-50. Someone's going to feel some type of way. So that does not work. So I agree. Let's have fun and move forward for the sake of this trip, okay? But, of course, our girl Leah, she exposes Whitney about Heather having her name in the Mormons list and that she has a book coming out, and it was just drama for these cousins. So Heather is upset, and I'm catching up to the tiki tiki taka taka of the Salt Lake City girls. So pretty much Whitney thinks Heather is being fake, because her name is still on the list for the church. And by doing so, she is supporting the church. So this affects how the church has the capacity to lobby, buy properties, and new temples. And, Heather, she feels like she's not ready to, do that so flippantly. So she's like, let her have her time as, Whitney had her time to do that. So Whitney just looks like she's just passing on gossip, tiki tiki taka taka, to impress the ladies. And Heather does not te quiero it, does not love it at all. So the ladies, they look at the cousins and they're like, these cousins are crazy for real, for real, for real. And, Whitney, she does kind of look like she's trying to impress these ladies by, compromising her relationship with her cousin. And it's not a good look. So that then turns into a whole situation about Heather's black eye. So, of course, the girls want to know how Heather got the black eye, since that's one to come up now. So, Heather, our girl, Heather, she gives us two theories to how she got the black eye. The first theory is that a cabinet hit her eye, which sounds much more reasonable, very reasonable. And theory two is that she was having fun with the girls and they were drunk, and then the next morning she realized she had a black eye. But nowhere she is going to admit or say that it has anything to do with Jen Shah. So the girls are not buying what happened to her, but Whitney wants the girls to feel like Jen did it. So Giselle, of course, she's gonna go for the most interesting scenario, and that Jen Shah did it, and obviously she add her stank to it, that Heather is keeping this a secret so that Jen Shah doesn't get more time in jail in the clink clank, okay? And that's the story Giselle is going with. So of course, Giselle, she wants to see the picture of the black eye to see how bad was it. Heather said if she shows it, that means she's thirsty. And I agree, she's thirsty. And at least Heather, one thing about Heather is she's going to stand up for herself, okay? And I like that. She's not trying to please these ladies. She is a fan. Don't get me wrong. She is a fan, but she's not like Whitney being all thirsty here. So Candace tells the girls, Alexia and Leah, that, Giselle lives, they step to the side. So Candace is talking to the girls, Leah and Alexia, and she tells them that Giselle lives for the drama. And they gave her an example how Giselle told a lie about her husband and accusing him of sexual assault. Of course. Not only does Leah get upset, Leah, she goes and takes it to Giselle. And Giselle, she says it's a lie. And I'm like, okay, there we have it, guys. We're getting the Giselle versus Candace situation, okay? So Giselle never says that she never used those words. But the point is that Giselle, aka Neck, referred by Leah, put the seeds in the situation, leaving room for interpretation of her husband doing something inappropriate, okay? And that's what Candace has been saying this whole time. But Giselle, of course, got to put her stank in it. She got to put her stank to it. So she's not backing down. Candace is not backing down. So the girls, they table it. But y'all, there is more episodes left to come, okay? These girls, they end the yacht trip. And now we have the cousins that are beefing again. It was funny how Whitney tried to offer her cousin a little snack to make up with her. But y'all, Whitney, you made this situation. And Heather, she is like very consistent of like where she draws the line, okay? So I'm team Heather right now, guys. So the girls, of course, they get back home to the villa and they have to get up these damn hill, and it's hilarious to watch them get up the damn hill. And Candace talks to Leah, and I just see it like, oh, these two girls, they have each other back. But then you see how Portia and Giselle got each other back, and the Miami girlies always going to have each other back. And the cousins always going to have each other's back too as well. So even though at this moment they are taking a break. So I'm like, oh my God, guys, this is so much. We have our teams. We have our teams divided. So now these girls are going to go for the attack. So Pepsi is here for a good time. I'm here for a good time. I'm looking forward to the next episode. And guys, I'm all caught up to the recap of the Ultimate Girls Trip Thailand. So now it's gonna be a weekly episodes of the recap of girls trip. So I'm so happy I caught up because it was like, oh my god, recapping 3 episodes. But you guys, if you like this recap, please like, share, and subscribe. Oh my gosh, I'm excited for the next episode of Girls Trip. So look forward to that, and I talk to you guys later. Don't forget to spread as much kindness as possible. Take care. Bye-bye.